or the lack of any evidence that we think should be present for their preferred conspiracy theory. They render themselves immune to any possibility of refutation. Hence, it's a closed belief system. They also render themselves immune to any burden of proof. The burden of proof, of course, should fall upon anyone who is making a specific claim. Trying to shift the burden of proof off of oneself onto others, you have to believe what I claim unless you can prove my claim false, is a common logical fallacy employed to maintain a belief that lacks evidence. They frequently attempt to shift this burden of proof onto anyone who does not accept their theory. They challenge others to prove them wrong when they have the burden of proof. They combine this shifting of the burden of proof with the moving the goalpost logical fallacy. So they say it's your job, someone else's job, to prove that their conspiracy is false or that the standard interpretation of events is correct. However, they can always simply move the goalpost out of range of any evidence that is provided. No matter how much evidence is provided to support a non-conspiracy interpretation of events, it is never enough. For example, unless every quirky little detail of the events of 9/11 can be explained to an arbitrary level of detail, conspiracy theorists can claim that there are still holes in the standard explanation, and those holes equal their conspiracy. What conspiracy theorists then do is anomaly hunting. Remember, we discussed this on the previous lecture on pseudosciences. Anomaly hunting is just looking for anything that seems out of the ordinary or quirky, or that defies an immediate or obvious explanation. Anomaly hunting can therefore be used to say, see, there are problems or there are holes in the standard explanation, without having to provide any specific evidence of a specific conspiracy. If you take any complex historical event, however, the Lincoln assassination, the JFK assassination, the events of 9/11, there will be many anomalous details. That's just the way history works. Events that cannot be fully explained. This is because, for no other reason than simply the law of large numbers. The number of variables is so high that quirky events and strange coincidences are not only bound to happen, they're inevitable. It would be remarkable if you could explain to arbitrary detail every tiny aspect of any large, complex historical event. Plus, we can't possibly know all the situational factors that have contributed to how events unfolded. Who may have had a cold on one day or woke up late, for example. The little quirky events of everyday life intrude and play a part in the large